it started like
Yeah, it's been a great week, man. That's all I can say.
So basically, you're gonna start like this? This is how the episode gonna start?
I have something I want to say, but I gotta wait on the podcast.
No, wait.
Uno gonna run with it.
Shut up. Let's introduce the episode.
Alright.
Here. Oh.
Ready. Yo, Penelope.
Ready.
You're not in the episode.
Yo, Pierce, don't use all the foolishness before this in a down.
Oh shit.
Cause the last time I asked you to cut something, you never cut it in. You just have me in the camera going, yo, cut this. Anyway.
No, we're not cutting anything. We're starting from right here now. Start.
Oh, welcome to Scene Red.
Bang.
Yeah.
Simon the writer.
Rachid Parchment.
Lex.
Well, Rachid.
AKA Infamous Lex.
My youth, stop the whole I'm no longer an Arsenal fan thing.
Rashid.
No.
Man, you trying to drop the Guna from your
Yo, the man
nickname
tried
now?
to drop him
I'm
Guna.
telling you, he's at home practicing all of this.
All of these.
Oh, there's no.
Yo.
Done.
Rashid is becoming a new person.
Done.
You're witnessing it before your eyes.
Rashid the
Rashid Guna.
Let me tell you, today's Tuesday. I'm lazy and in the laundry. Hence this. Only reason.
Alright.
Anyway.
It was a good weekend, I guess. We've been missing for like a while. I mean, at some
Yo.
stops, but
No, we've been missing for a while, and in that while, you lose to Chelsea 1-0. You lose to Man City.
Really?
yeah.
And I won 2 in a row.
Yeah, but why
and
not?
Chelsea won 2 in a row.
Even that time, you never did.
Bang.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
Virtual high five.
Nah, alright.
We're not gonna go on like we're going
Nah,
to ignore the losses. Because
not
only
where
don't
it
allow
is.
me to ignore my losses.
That's not where it is.
Cool.
My side phone back them stride now, you know what I mean?
After the 1 love, I guess I would say that too.
A joke. International break was good. Pogba is back. Zlatan is back, who under the Batman injury last season.
Is me side talking about?
My dog, as
That's
far as
all.
I'm concerned.
Nobody slide talking man. He went up and
Man.
went down.
On the Batman, man. You see me?
No, we're just saying that the
Just
team
saying
wouldn't be
yes,
the same if he's injured.
And then he got injured.
Whoops.
Okay. Nah, I mean,
But
I'm just saying, you know?
but yo, football wise, I mean, whole heap of good results I would say overall.
Yeah.
Arsenal doing the thing that they normally do, which is show up for the Tottenham match.
Hey,
Just show up for the Tottenham
beat
match.
Tottenham 2-love.
Good for them.
Good win.
Yeah.
Talk about that game. Tell us
Tell
about
us about the game.
Tell us about that game.
Who do you think played well?
Sanchez played well. The team played well. But it's Arsenal. But this is what they do. They win games when they think they don't have a chance, and then when everything is all hunky dory again, everybody say, "Oh yes, Arsenal is on a roll again." They play for Watford. They play for Leicester City. They play for Southampton or what?
Burnley this
Yeah,
weekend.
Burnley next week.
And drop points. So,
Nah, I mean, but Burnley is
Burnley playing
performing
good.
this season.
Yeah.
So I mean,
yeah,
if you
they're
lost to
equal
Burnley,
on points with Arsenal.
yeah.
So good luck. to
And
them.
Liverpool.
Yeah, all part to Arsenal.
So you don't
Yeah,
take
so-
anything from this game. What looks good? What do you think changes? Is it still Wenger out?
Then that should go. I've been saying that all long ago. I don't really care no more.
Yeah.
It's been 10 years I've been saying something need to change, nothing not change. Yo,
I see such a smile behind everything he's
over.
saying. That he doesn't.
The man say it's over.
The man says it's over, but him smiling like it's
it
like.
is over. I don't feel nothing. Honestly, when Mustafi scored, I was like, oh, Mustafi scored. Then Sanchez scored, I was like, Sanchez scored. Okay. This is now where I got ape shit and nothing happened.
Yeah. You know.
It's dead.
Hashtag Rashid the hurt. So yeah,
Yeah.
take off the
It's
corner,
like,
dog.
it's like nothing.
Okay.
Alright,
Post
this
dead.
not supportive of him team anymore while they're winning and them thing there. Alright. You know what I
Laundry
mean?
day. I didn't do laundry.
Arsenal.
The only
So
reason.
let's move on to Liverpool.
Liverpool, 2 wins in a row. Feels weird. Feels weird, but 2 good wins. I mean, the West Ham game winning, I think 4-1 or something like that, and then 3-0 against Southampton. Now, those for me are good wins because I don't see them performing against little teams after the same issues you might have with winning one, losing to a team you expect them to beat. So like the Southampton, but Southampton is not in any form to win anything.
Yeah.
So I expected them to dominate. One of the things that we had mentioned before, podcast and show, is that Salah needs to just stop missing so many chances.
Yeah.
And his score shot ratio has gotten closer.
It's getting better and better.
He's leading goal scorer in the EPL. But you also have to remember that it's like you ever see them man there where say, yo, this youth is just a ladies man. Man, I take home all of the girl. But he's like, yo, this man hits on every girl in the club. he must get one.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times it's not the pretty one.
Yeah.
So just like Salah, he will just take whole heap of shots and score like off of the
He's
side.
the Premier League's
He's
Cavani. He's the Premier League's Cavani.
But just like Cavani, there are times where when Cavani is in form, he's in form. Like I
Which was
personally-
like, what, last 2 years ago?
no, last season he was in form. He was like top scorer in Europe, wasn't he?
Yeah, but then you come back to the point of how many shots the both teams.
No, but from what I remember, it wasn't as bad as the years before. And I'm not going to take that away. I'm not going to pretend that Cavani is not taking a lot of shots. You understand what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is I don't fully ascribe to Cavani being... Alright, see like with Salah now? Salah have a whole heap of goal scorers per se that he could share the ball with and work on.
Yeah.
So when he's missing like shots he should be burying, it's very annoying. When Cavani was pairing with Ibrahimovic, he took a lot less shots and he still scored well. And he had Ibra. You get what I'm saying? Now we're seeing that situation again this year where he is taking a lot less shots. You have Mbappe, you have Neymar. The year when Ibra left, right? Or when Ibra injured or if it's dependent on him or with Uruguay especially, we notice certain, like lapses or percentages dropping. But with Salah, it's just like, bro, you're right there. Instead of trying to blast the ball in the back of the net, just slot it home. Or you make all this run, you do all of this work, and then you go chip it to the side. So my thing is just be smart.
Yeah.
That same feeling where, because I saw a stat the other day where I think Salah has scored, there's like a total that nobody has reached in a season since Suarez. And Salah reached it already, which is about 14 or 15.
No, Coutinho scored as well. That's on it.
I mean, he's auditioning for
Barcelona.
Barca. So if that brings us maybe a FA Cup or keeps us in top 4 or second round to Champions League, I'll take it. I in my mind he's gone already. And the thing about Coutinho is the way I feel about Coutinho is the way I feel about Sterling.
It's how I feel about Alexis Sanchez if I still care.
But what you do. So it's the same way I felt about Sterling, where obviously they're talented. Obviously they're an asset to the club. But if you don't want to go, then bye. And if how you feel is going to affect the whole team, that's a problem for me. If he can change his attitude, then cool. Another thing with Sterling too, that year when Sterling was there, was the team didn't necessarily play better with Sterling. He was just another talent on the field. But when it comes to the flow of the game, Sterling didn't necessarily make the team play better at the time. He was just obviously better than most of our options. Same thing with Coutinho now, where I've seen games where Coutinho don't play and will actually probably play a better brand of football. You understand? Because with Coutinho, he kind of demands the ball because of his presence. You understand? Where it's like, as a player, you look up, you see Coutinho free. To not give Coutinho is crazy. While if you're flanked, let's say you're Jordan Henderson playing central, and you're flanked with Lallana and Wijnaldum, you kind of want to think what's the best option. While if you're flanked with Wijnaldum and Coutinho, you probably get cussed if you don't get Coutinho.
Yeah.
The crowd might be like, oh! You understand? Because he's that type of live wire player. So with Coutinho playing well, as long as he's facilitating, I have no issue. Because he's also a great passer. And I think right now, why I love the tandem we have is that Salah and Mane is just hard to defend. It's hard to defend them, and that's why we're scoring 3 or more consistently recently. But it's hard to defend them. But what we need to do is Klopp just need to use his best team. Right now, Klavan and Lovren look like it can work, but then them let him treat to the Champions League. I don't know.
Before we go on,
I'm not gonna say I want to go there, but yeah.
Before we go on, though, you touch on some things that I had to say I forgot them, but I remember now. I wanted to say that. Well, I'm watching as a neutral, but if Arsene Wenger plays his right team, this is what the team is. They play one time watching as a neutral.
Speak.
Hold on. Mesut Ozil is another one now. You mentioned like Coutinho say in auditioning, I don't know if most Ozil's auditioning, they have to get frustrated when you see him. Because you know there's so much more from him.
Yep.
And when you look at that performance on Saturday, I've always said it. When Mesut Ozil plays like the world class player he is, Arsenal look world class. When he doesn't, Arsenal look substandard, like them held together like gum and twine and shit.
But okay, so you're asking how I would. Oh, you're just saying you feel the same way I would have.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing I would say with the Ozil.
But I
thing,
would feel that way.
The only thing that I say with the Ozil thing. The only. Yo, the man have it ready, you know. Now. The only thing I would say with Ozil that's a little bit different is that like this is not an excuse for Ozil. This is more of a recognition of a type of player he is. Ozil just doesn't want to do it. And then when he doesn't have to, he's magnificent in attack. You understand? Ozil I think deep down wanted to be a striker when he was young.
You think he's up?
I feel so.
I think him
Him
probably
always
shoot
want to
it
wear
up.
10. Him always want to wear
But
10.
anytime in a position where the only thing to do is shoot it, pass the ball and put the ball in some uncomfortable places.
Which goes to my next point, which is he knows that is his talent. So he's caught between want and knowledge of self. And if you look on some of the teams, like for example, when he left Real Madrid, they didn't have the defensive midfield like they do now with like Modric, Kroos, Casemiro. You understand? And when he's at Arsenal, right, if his defensive midfielders are not having a good run or a good, like if they're not playing well, he also shuts down because he then has to come to drop back and he hates dropping back. And I think that's a flaw, but I think a good coach would support that if they wanted him there. You see me? So like at Germany, Yogi gives him those assets. You know, puts Khedira behind. That's why you notice certain players still in the team. But Khedira get injured and still get a chance to run with the team.
Yeah, you know them as much young players.
Right? Khedira, Kroos, and now they're trying to groom Emre Can.
Ben that's still in the system.
For Olympics he was, and I think Confed Cup, I think he might have been brought up for Confed Cup. But I think right now I'm really trying to groom Emre Can to be like the replacement for Khedira. And I think he's hoping Gundogan is done with injuries. So that's that. But before we get too much, let's talk about the One Love / 4-1 winner.
Well, we don't care.
We don't.
No, alright. So one love to Chelsea when that had happened. I mean, it was a good game. As in, it was an interesting game. There were certain faults I could have put on my team, but I truly felt like Chelsea had capitalized on the perfect scenario where my team.
Or the fact that Jose was being Jose.
I mean, if you want to say that, but I just feel say the moment my team did skin out, Chelsea did score. They never really got a clear opportunity like that one again. They had another opportunity, but it wasn't as clear as that one. So alright, I mean, there are several arguments whether Jose did park the bus or not. I don't necessarily feel that that's how he was playing the game. But whatever he was doing,
did they look like they wanted to score a goal?
They looked like they wanted, but they couldn't. Like I'm telling you, when I look at my side with the miss, with Pogba not there, I keep
one
seeing,
man looked like he wanted to score.
It just looked like they could never get the ball. It's like the ball going from the midfield to the forward them. It just wasn't connected. Like the connection to certain things just wasn't there for me. I was like, why my team struggling to get the ball on the field?
Well,
there weren't even that much shots on goal.
That's a very good point. Without Pogba, the passing of your team is very overrated, I would say. Because I'm not going to say poor, because there are levels to it. You understand? And why I say overrated is I feel like Ander Herrera is an underrated passer and he's not being put on the field. You understand? I feel like Matic as a passer.
But when Ander Herrera plays, them just playing like a disruptor. Like him is there to just be a pestilence to one
why I get
player.
annoyed with
Like
Jose.
he's a pestilence
That's
to
why I'm
one
annoyed
player.
with Jose
I
more
don't
time.
know.
Because
I guess that is a Jose
And that's
instruction.
why you
Because
don't
that's what I
see
see him do.
That's why you're not really seeing with Fellaini. So it's one or the other. Because that is exactly Fellaini's role as well. To disrupt.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, sometimes he disrupt one team.
I don't like. I don't even
not
wanna
this
talk.
season, apparently.
Not this season, but
No, there's still moments. He'll have moments where you directly see him do something. You're like, why you do that, Fellaini? And then him score a goal, and you're like, oh my god.
Yeah,
how
but
did that
let's
happen?
here's a rule that I think is like a vision rule. It's like, let's say you buy a Honda. Let's say you buy a. I don't want to use a Honda Civic because that's a car you see all the time. Let's say you buy like a Hyundai, And it's like after you buy the Hyundai, you realize that all you see on the road is Hyundai. Like everywhere you go is Hyundai.
Yeah.
It's because now that you have a Hyundai, you see it. And I think
You
that
become aware of it.
you become aware of it. And I think like the hate for Fellaini just made everybody go. Every time Fellaini touch the ball, let me see what he do.
Yeah.
And I believe that there are mistakes at all the
Yeah,
players.
because naturally when he was at Everton, you saw it, but it wasn't your concert, so you didn't really care.
Yeah, I mean it could be a lot of that, but I beg to differ. If you really watch Fellaini, like he makes mistakes most of the time. Almost.
You know that happens with every club and every player.
I feel like Phil Jones is another example.
But how often you, in the summer your club will sign a player like, oh shit, yes, and when you finally get him like maybe about 8 months on, you start complaining. You see the message boards fill up with this and that. Him not moving to this channel, him not doing that. Every player, every team has a player like that every year.
That's true.
But I think the lineup you guys used for Newcastle game
Was very interesting. We got to see Marshall and Rashford on the field starting together.
Yeah, and it just makes sense. I mean,
Pogba being
I
back.
don't want to see it, but
No, it does make sense. You need to be able to utilize the assets that we have. You have two fast men that have creative abilities who
Put them
can
on the
also score. Put them on the wing, play them, get them involved in some way together. It would have to be a problem for the defense.
Yeah.
So I think that looked good. Pogba being back to me was just sensational. I feel like the issue of them getting up the field. If you're supposed to look on the shots on goal or shots made, attempted or whatever it might have been, you'd see the difference in the fact that we're just Pogba, I don't know what it is that he does, but he has a certain control and confidence when he's there. I mean, and he's obviously a little bit more physical of a player, I guess, in a certain degree, in the fact that he can be physical and he can get the ball and then dish it out or carry it up. You know what I mean? And then disperse after that. Lukaku finally scored a goal again, which was obviously lovely.
Zlatan is back.
Zlatan is back. I don't know.
Like,
honestly,
doing
it was
bicycle
funny.
kicks for no reason.
Yeah, doing scissors kicks for no reason. I'm
For
there like,
no
hold on.
reason.
This was had to be to just show that okay, you come out here and you're willing to show that you can do all of this. Like I'm not.
And him wonder
You know,
why Sweden
I'm
said no
just
to
a
it.
shell of myself.
Him wonder why Sweden said no to him to Russia.
well,
He looked active in his 15 minutes on the field. That's all I can say.
the most interesting thing for me, and I just like took up the phone to double check it,
Mhm.
was that Jose put him on the field same time with Lukaku.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take out Lukaku
Right.
because there's also a stat. I didn't even want to talk about this.
Somebody get injured.
No, but there's a stat in the fact that
That's where my mind went to.
Lukaku is the only striker who has played 90 minutes of every game this season. And I was like, oh, when you hear things like that, like for me, I'm like, all right, well, we need to start.
So he
we need to
hasn't
start-
been injured yet?
Yeah, we need to start. We need to start benching
Not
that
yet.
player.
Not
No,
yet.
in my head, I'm like, okay, we need to start benching that player. So when Zlatan came back, I was like, okay, I'm going
Why you want to
Lukaku.
bench him? Because you're
No, because no, bro, with stats like that, I'm telling you, even basketball, bro, people don't playing 48 minutes of the game is
crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. So playing 90 minutes of the game, but so much times, I mean, bro, you're human. You're human. So I'd say, let's get him out a little bit. No, I didn't watch why I said I didn't
If a
want to bring
man
it up.
keep playing.
So I didn't want to bring it up. No.
Muscles.
Nah, he's going to get rest now that Zlatan is back and them thing that now have some more options. You know what I mean? No, but on that note, we're not endorsing anything that them really saying.
No, we're
I
not
think we're
endorsing
going
it
to-
either, but it's
I think we're
hilarious.
going- No, I think we're going to just let the episode go now on a good note that my side is up and we're back. It looks like it feels like it.
Chelsea 4, West Brom. Pierce.
Chelsea is also a side that it seems to be reinvigorated by one player being on them side. Like being back. It's really like
No, I feel like, what you mean, Kante?
yeah.
No, but I feel like Hazard has also woken up.
No, but Hazard always had a threatening nature. If you really watch Hazard play,
Yeah, but
I think there's also
he was just not threatening.
no, that's not true. I feel like that's not true. I don't know what
No,
to explain.
hold
It's
on,
like the
hold on,
potential
hold
of
on.
it was always
Remember what
still
I always saying?
always there. At any second, it can go from 0 to 60.
Remember what I always say is level street.
Yeah.
We're talking about a past player of the year.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
What is that general?
He's always threatening because he's just good.
Mm.
But he hasn't been threatening at player of the season level
Yeah.
in a while.
Okay.
And him look like, if him keep this up, like him look like goal a week Hazard. Remember that Hazard where like fantasy buyers were like, have to have him.
Yeah, he's definitely seemed like he's woken up. I mean, I still put it on. I mean, I'm not a Chelsea fan or anything. So, I mean, I put it on Kante. Like somehow.
Conte
He's giving
is
a
a general.
boost back to certain little things, and it's like
I really hope that like Conte really like test the whole him being the key theory and just like go to that next side in 2 years. It's like just we'll see. Just we'll see.
yo, are you full of a bad mind, sir?
No.
I get what
I admire.
Yeah, no, but I get what you're
I admire
saying,
what he's doing to the point where like
Just to,
I'm
it's
talk-
like you prove your worth. Almost.
Yeah, like even if
see,
it, let's
I
say
left and
I'm not saying that he must win every year. Now I'm just saying that like what if him leave Chelsea
I win it eventually again.
and
Yeah,
win
and
it
I'm
again
next
somewhere else?
Yeah.
That would just be crazy.
Even not
I just
even
feel
that.
like.
he
Just
really
you
proved
see
that
me,
he's
just
a-
like go, yeah, even if it's not in England, like go to
Yeah.
like all Inter or AC Milan
Right.
and just lock up shop and just win all the
them time the
Serie A.
crowd can't up, member.
You see me? Then just go Germany and go Borussia Dortmund
Yeah.
and just go. Then go Spain and go win it Atletico. Yo, lock up this place. Yo, lock up this.